This video is sponsored by The Ridge. If you want 10% off a purchase today with free worldwide shipping, go to ridge.com/ChadNation and use the code ChadNation.
Kids, huh?
Some days are better than others.
And some days you just want to close them in a box, leave the box in the park, and run away, you know?
Oh.
Out of all the film series we have out there, we have the X-Men series, the Shrek series, we even have the Diary of a Wimpy Kid series. No other series has been as milked as the Alvin and the Chipmunks series. There are 4 movies. 4. I wanted to talk about a film series after my Diary of a Wimpy Kid one, and I wanted to pick a movie from my childhood, so I picked the Rodent movie. I hadn't seen this film in like 10 years, and rewatching it was surprising. Not because, it was shit or anything, but because it was actually a film. Like, it genuinely felt like a movie. Like, some parts were cringe, of course, but it actually felt like people made this and wanted to make it good, So without further ado, let's talk about it. Let's talk about Alvin and the Chipmunks. I need a drink.
Look at these goofy ass. Alvin and the Chipmunks is a film I remember seeing when I was very, very young. I actually used to have a poster of it on my wall when I was little. That isn't a joke, it was like over my bed. But since probably 2010, I haven't watched the film since, so when I rented the film now on Amazon Prime, I was nervous, not nervous out of excitement, but nervous that I was about to cringe myself into oblivion.
And I did.
Before we begin, and I'm trying not to laugh, this movie makes 0 sense. Like right off the bat, obviously the chipmunks are talking, that makes 0 sense, but if the chipmunks grew up in a forest, how do they know all these pop songs from memory? It also seems like they know about modern society like it's no big deal.
How do you know my name?
We read your mail by accident. You really ought to pay that utility bill, Dave. You ever heard of a credit rating?
But then they say stuff like this.
We've put a few toaster waffles aside for winter. How do you feel about an indoor pool?
So where does their education of the human species end? It's terribly confusing, but whatever. Surprisingly, the thing that this film is going for it is the human leads. So in a shocking twist, the humans are actually the most interesting characters in a movie where CG characters interact with real people for once. We have our basic protagonist called Dave, and he's easily the most interesting character because he's the one that we not only relate to the most, but he also doesn't squeal constantly. You get used to it, but it takes a while, to be honest. This is how the movie starts.
Hey, it's Fred!
So the actors, when recording their lines, had to speak really slowly so that later their audio would be sped up and they would sound like chipmunks. So I want to try it. I'm going to try to speak like a chipmunk right now, and I guess I'll see if it worked in post. Hello, I'm Alvin, and I love to dab on all my haters.
Hello, I'm Alvin, and I love to dab on all my haters.
Guys, it worked. Anyways, Dave is actually pretty great. He's a nice, relatable protagonist. While his mannerisms and efforts are exaggerated, his struggles in wanting to get an in the music industry feel genuine. This is all undermined by Ian Hawke, who pretty much says Dave's music sucks and berates him constantly.
The original inspiration came to me...
Song sucks, Dave.
What?
Your song? It's awful. I hate it.
And I really loved this. Everything Dave and Ian is great, because there's only so much cringe you can get from an adult compared to a chipmunk. The film actually makes an effort to make you care about Dave as a person, and doesn't just use him as a vehicle to get the chipmunks into the film. In fact, the interactions between Dave and the rodents are really friggin' dope, and they're some of the best parts of the film. A scene that's an absolute delight to watch is when Dave invites Claire, his ex, to his house to have dinner for some reason. And Alvin just really wants them to f***.
They're not even f***ing each other.
So he does everything in his power to make this happen.
Hanging out.
It's actually pretty damn funny, not gonna lie. At least to me. To me, it's funny, okay? Sue me. The director of this film is Tim Hill, and he hasn't really directed a ton of popular stuff, but he's written a shit ton for SpongeBob, and will be directing SpongeBob Sponge on the Run, so there's something to look forward to. What's even more dope is that, thankfully, this movie looks like a movie and not utter garbage. The DP, Peter Leons Collister, has done second unit work for a bunch of movies, including The Amazing Spider-Man and the Sonic movie. Oh, and he was the DP of Garfield too. I bet you forgot there was a Garfield 2, too.
The 2000s were some crazy times, man. They were the weirdest sequels to the weirdest things.
The film actually does its best to be a kids movie, but still be entertaining for the adults who were dragged in to see it. In all honesty, completely frank here, I watched this movie with my parents. Not when I was a kid, I meant like a few days ago. And they actually enjoyed it, which blew my mind. A lot of this movie actually follows the trials and tribulations of the music industry and the effect it has on younger singer-songwriters. Ian pretty much exploits Alvin and the Chipmunks for his personal benefit, earning him millions of dollars, and there's a montage of the trip the Chipmunks take across the United States, and it's surprisingly well done, even though it's pretty fast-paced and you ignore the fact that they're chipmunks. You actually see glimpses at what it takes to make them stars, the photo shoots and the concerts, but you also see what that does to the chipmunks, and Ian keeps on abusing them so he can get that sweet, sweet green. This entire concept is actually fantastic, and I want more kids' movies exploring this idea, how fame and fortune is great and all, but it can leave you alone and miserable if you don't handle it or yourself properly.
Just look at me. I am the epitome of success.
And this message actually connects really well to the other message of the movie, which is, you guessed it,
Family.
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 What makes this film a great kids film is that it genuinely has a message it's trying to tell, similar to Diary of a Wimpy Kid, which has a message about what true friendship is and changing for the better, regardless of your insecurities, which are reinforced by the world around you. Alvin and the Chipmunks has a weaker message, but it's a message about how you can form bonds and friendships with not just other people, but other species as well, and how this love isn't bought, but earned.
I'll scream it from the rooftops. I'm not ashamed. That's right. I love you, Dave.
The film makes sure to show the audience just how much Dave cares about the kids, especially because the reason he takes in the Chipmunks at the beginning is because he sees them as a way to earn money. So you see, buying people's affection or using people for monetary gain is a major theme of this film. Dave uses the Chipmunks for monetary gain, then Ian uses Dave, then Ian uses the Chipmunks, and the Chipmunks use Ian for gifts and fun. It's this endless cycle of exploitation, until the Chipmunks realize that they also want Ian to give them love, and that's something Ian can't give. Dave also realizes that he loves the kids. The final 20 minutes of the film is genuinely really solid. Like solid, kids flick wholesome, actually pretty smart, and enjoyable. Can I just say as well that the Chipmunks look really bad at times, man? I mean, of course, it was great at the time and it's dated, but then out of nowhere, it looks like this. It's like amazing. 2007 CG was a weird time, man. Either way, at the end of the day, the film grossed $361 million with a budget of $60 million. So it's considered a success, and the film is completely harmless fun. Except for maybe the Chipmunks being kind of speciesist.
I don't want to come home and find a bunch of rabbits and skunks on my couch.
Filthy creatures, Dave. Never associate with them.
Yeah, fuck rabbits, bruh. Skunks? More like... nuh-uh.
So of course, this is Hollywood, baby. They made a sequel, and I really hope this movie is good because even though Alvin and the Chipmunks isn't trash, it most certainly isn't cinema. And as we all know, these films only get worse from here.
By the way, this video is brought to you by The Ridge.
The Ridge is here for you this Father's Day. Don't know what to get him? How about this dope duffel bag to carry that sweet, sweet green? It looks extremely sleek and it's weatherproof. Oh, wait, you already bought your dad a thick, sexy bag. Well, what about a thick, sexy new wallet? Carbon fiber, baby. Or, if not for your dad, then buy it for yourself. And if you are a dad, even better. The Ridge wallet is light, sleek, and industrial, fits smoothly in your pants, and can hold 12 cards plus cash. With 30,000 5-star reviews, the wallet has styles including carbon fiber and burnt titanium. I personally have a forged carbon wallet, but used to have a black aluminum one, and my experience for both has been great so far. The wallet also has RFID blocking, so say sayonara to digital pickpocketers. Just go to ridge.com/ChadNation and use code ChadNation to get 10% off your order with free worldwide shipping and returns. With backpacks, phone cases, and more available, this is a deal you don't want to miss.
Little stage fright? I thought my heart was gonna explode. We're not performing monkeys, Dave.
Thank you so much, SaneCoon33 and Infernite for the fan art. Y'all are absolutely amazing. Thank you. Hey there everyone, I'm currently making an animated series called Interstellar Ranger Commence. check out the trailer, link in the description. Thank you, Chad, so much for watching the video. If you don't know what a Chad is an Alvin and the Chipmunks stan, and to become one, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel. Thank you to all my patrons. Your support has really helped me out. Thank you so much again. I love you all. And of course, last but not least, thank you so much for coming to the table, and I'll see you all next time.